I was discussing this with my husband actually. And then I told him the support that you give, like daily support. And he was like, and it's only cost that much and you get this daily support. I was like, yeah. And so from our perspective, but for what you get, he was like, you get that level of accountability and support from them every day, including the weekends, for that much money. And I was like, yeah. So we were actually blown away by
Thank you.
What you get for the money. And I'll tell you this as well. I would say in the last 6 weeks, because my productivity has gone up so much because I'm not sick, I would say my productivity for the last 6 weeks is probably a good 25 to 30% higher. And I'll tell you, we've launched 2 new programs in the last 6 weeks just because I have had the energy and the brain space to do it. So if we were going to do like an ROI financially, probably like 100 times, because I've been able to actually get on and run my business the way I want to because I've had the energy and haven't been sick. I mean, I worked 9 days straight, and actually I then just took 1 day off, and I made sure I was eating right and everything, and actually I'm fine. Like 9 days straight, even 2 months ago, that I would have been laid out for a week after that, not functioning. So that's what you need to remember. And I think that's what you need to remind business owners and stuff of, is actually, I would say this program has enabled me to increase my income significantly because my productivity's gone up and I'm not losing days to being sick.
I can literally feel my pain like falling off. I have a lot going on. I know you guys understand, but I know there's like often organ failure can happen with autoimmune. Like there's just been a lot going on with me that doctors haven't been able to figure out. And like, I haven't afforded all the testing yet. And my family's been so concerned. It's just my connective tissue was so disordered that like everything was just wrapped in saran wrap too tight to the point where like I couldn't breathe. It was suffocating. I remember thinking like, can a person continue on if your body has just broken down? Like it felt like my body was disappearing. Like wondering if you guys were legitimate. Should I take the leap coming from a place of I've just tried so many things. Like you've said, I have made it my life because I've just been determined to not just stay alive, but you know, there's always been just a teeny tiny light at the end of the tunnel that I've never let go of. Like something could change this and make me feel human again. You guys have, and just
endocrinologist wanted to radiate the thyroid. I just was not comfortable with that.
What was it made you decide to work with us? Is it because just a food-based approach or anything else?
Great personality.
My husband said bright personality, but we didn't know that going in. That was a bonus.
I remember we had our first call. How did you feel?
Scared, but more reassured after speaking with you. You just hear about so many scams on the internet and that kind of stuff, but I just felt that you were the source, that you knew what you were talking about. Doing research in immunology and a nutritionist, felt that you both had the background that would supply what I needed. From my heart, thank you so much for the time that you have spent with me and the time that you have invested in your lives into this program. It's so important, and I am so appreciative of everything.
You're welcome, Susan. It's been a pleasure working with you.
I wish I could send you flowers somehow.
No.
The internet tells you there's no cure for my disease. The doctor says there's no cure for my disease. I'm grateful you guys for that. I don't know how you popped up there. I might have just been searching stuff, because otherwise I don't know what I'd be doing right now. When I tell people, oh, no, these girls are real. Oh, I talked to Oksana last year, right? Now they believe me because I'm going through with it, right? I'm telling people about you, you know?
Right now I have nothing. I mean, I can show you. When I was 18, this is the start of impetigo. So it was very severe. The program did help me so much on that, knowing what to do and how to do it. That's been very important because it does make me feel sure and secure that I know what to do every single day.
The diabetes is well under control. Right now, I'm not taking any diabetic medication. I went from almost losing my life. I'm actually whole, and Friday they gave me the permission to wear real shoes. I'm learning to walk, actually, and I can now swim. I can use the total gym. I am a believer. I was getting some very bad instruction sets from my doctors. They just don't have the background to be able to heal people.
I have no tendon rubs, which I have not had 0 tendon rubs in 4 years. So that's like amazing. My skin is so much softer. And then as far as like constipation, that has completely gone away. Like my eyes don't get as red as they did. I don't have to use eye drops as much. My mouth isn't as dry. The amount of progress I've made in 6 weeks is more than I had ever. Like I had never made progress in 4 years. I just kept getting worse slowly. It's worth it. Like you need to do this if you're thinking about it. If not, you're just hurting yourself. You truly need to do this.
Since being on the program, I've gotten a good night's sleep every night. Before that, I didn't get a good night's sleep for 7 years. I averaged between 2 and 3 hours of sleep for 7 years.
You're a blessing. When I found you, I was so happy. Everybody, but they just give you supplements and pills. So that's why I would say to the people who are thinking about joining your program that they need to do it. They don't need to think about it because it's gonna save their life, save their money, save so many things. I mean, we spend so much money, so much time from work, going here, going there, and I was so sick all the time. I couldn't even eat anything. I couldn't even sleep. I couldn't even breathe at night. It was scary. Don't think about it. Join the program that because you are a blessing, you are going to help them and really change their lives like you are changing my life.
I wouldn't want anybody to be scared to join this program to succeed. It's really not hard. All it takes is to join with you guys. Anything that they need, you're there for them. This is the best decision I've ever made for my health and for my life. You guys are very sweet, and what you're doing is saving lives.
In the first 2 weeks, like I was recovering from pneumonia and bronchitis that completely cleared up, which before it had taken 6 weeks and even then wasn't gone. So that was like amazing. I started noticing my joint pain was probably the next thing to go. And that was like at 4 weeks, and that I've had for so long and got really worse with the Lyme. So I can do this now, and I'm still like constantly going like this because I have no pain, and it's weird.
I definitely feel that like inflammation has went down.
Excellent. And also your symptoms were gone in how many days?
Probably like a week and a half.
So after 2 weeks on the protocol, I was completely off my medication, gave me control of my life back. You can't put a price on that. Thank you both for that you offer this and that you're available, and that you both have put in so much work into making this plan work for people and being such great coaches. And I couldn't recommend you highly enough.
I spent tons and tons of money, over $20,000. I had surgeries that kind of left my body traumatized. I had a lot of joint pain all over, wrists, knees, back, shoulders. My menstrual cycle was off. A lot of gut issues. Like that was like the biggest thing. I felt like I knew what I was doing. I know I needed to heal. I just didn't know how to heal. I was eating healthy, which I thought was healthy, but it really wasn't. It wasn't like healing. My ANA was positive for a long time. I didn't know what it was. I kept searching for answers, and everyone kept saying I had, oh, you have fibro, you have lupus, you have this. After working with you girls, it's negative again. So I'm so happy and grateful. I don't know how else to thank you because it's just been such an amazing journey. It's like everything like anybody should ever need in their healing, in their journey, or if they have any health issues at all, because you guys can basically help with anything.
I don't have the brain fog anymore. I have a lot of energy. I'm happy. I just want to assure whoever's thinking about this that it's definitely worth it.
My doctor at first put me on a paleo diet, which helped a little bit. But other than that, I've tried so many different supplements, probably on like 6 or 7 different supplements, spending hundreds of dollars every month, and none of them made a difference at all. So I knew that nutrition played a part in it, even though doctors a lot of times don't say it does, but I could feel that it did. I just didn't know exactly what worked best for my body. So I tried my best doing my own research, but when that didn't work, I kept researching and found you guys online online and all the positivity and thought I tried everything else. I still want to try to avoid the scary medication. There's nothing to lose. That's when I just jumped fully in. The doctor who I trusted told me that blood might be new normal, and I didn't believe that. I don't think that blood every day is normal. So hearing that there was an alternative way and having someone hold your hand through everything, I think that's really important with the program with you. I had faith that it was going to work. So I said, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to invest in it, I better go all in, because why wouldn't I? All of my lab numbers are awesome now. It's like I never had thyroid disease at all. All my inflammation numbers are exactly where they need to be.
I wasn't having to guess. Like, that's the difference with actually working with you guys as opposed to trying to figure things out on my own. It's like you're shooting in the dark. You're like, let's try this and see if this works. Stop questioning, stop doubting, just do it. Not only will the symptoms of your autoimmune disease or chronic disease and your lab, all of that will reverse. Not only will that happen, but you'll be surprised at how many other wonderful things you'll notice too that change.
Size of my nodule went down by 0.5.
You can't put a price on your health. And before deciding to make this commitment financially, I spent quadruple at least going to doctors, getting constantly poked and prodded. This is an all natural method. If y'all charge $15,000, I'd find a way to make it work. Y'all are more than worth it. And my husband says it too. My kids are thankful for y'all, and they don't even know y'all.
You're not going to have health issues. You're saving a lot of money, and you're gaining years in your life.
I had joint pain. I had brain fog, dizziness, always tired, fatigue, and my blood pressure was high. I was on maybe 5 different or 6 different medications in the past 5 years. When the doctor told me, I could get a heart attack or, stroke any day and be on dialysis in 5 years, I mean, that's not how I wanted to live. Let's just enjoy and, be healthy, enjoy our life. And I would just say, do it. It's worth it. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
My mind is so clear now. I don't have this foggy thing in my head.
My digestion is working great. I'm a lot happier. I feel better in general. And I used to wake up feeling really sluggish and exhausted. Now I feel refreshed.
And I'm like, well, if they have these chronic illnesses that they are healing, why wouldn't it work for me? I hit a point where I was like, I either have to do this or I'm going to be miserable.
Eating this way helps your energy. I'm not feeling tired or lethargic, and my mood is good. So that has really, really helped. My energy is great. My digestion is good. You guys are so helpful, and thank you. The reports, I can't even believe you're doing every day you do this. I mean, so thank you, because it's so helpful. And you're right. I don't think that I could have stayed on it, but knowing that I have to report to you, knowing that you're going to report back, knowing that, you know what I mean? You're accountable. It's very helpful.
The last 15 years, I've been dealing with IBS symptoms. And it was kind of embarrassing sometimes, because if I was teaching or if I went on vacation, I'd always have to stay close to the bathroom. And so anyways, I've noticed since the first week I started on this program, I haven't had any IBS symptoms at all. And I've been really excited about my blood pressure. It's been staying low. And then my heart palpitations have been pretty much non-existent. And because it was every day, it was 1 or 2 or 3 times a day, I would have heart palpitations. And I haven't noticed it since, maybe, has it been 2 or 3 weeks? Yeah, I think it's been 2 or 3 weeks. I haven't noticed any heart palpitations. And then another thing I've really noticed is when I first started the program, I was dealing with a lot of muscle weakness. And, if I mowed the lawn or if I was working in the yard or even taking a walk, I would get really tired easily and shaky. And then yesterday I was just working in my yard, trimming bushes and mowing the lawn and just all kinds of things. And I did not know, I felt a lot stronger and more energy. And then all the weight loss. So, I've lost at least 20 pounds now. So that's been super exciting. My niece came over the other day, and the first thing she said to me is wow, your face is glowing. And so I noticed, that's been improving. I mean, I don't have acne or anything, but she just said, your skin looks amazing. And I'm so grateful for the both of you for the accountability part, because I don't feel like I probably wouldn't have been as successful if I didn't have you guys for the last 40 days.
After I went to the bathroom this morning, I had so much energy. The day full of energy. I could go for a jog following your plan to the letter. Obviously, I want this to work. I felt really good today. I went for a walk and I had loads of energy and it was good. It was a nice feeling. I felt clean.
I'm definitely feeling better than I was before the program. That's for sure. My mood is probably the best improvement. My energy is better. You know, the more I learn about everything you're saying, I think I was having like pretty severe symptoms that just like have not been acknowledged by anyone. Like,
how would you say a process is different from other doctors that you worked with or nutritionists?
The main difference and what I really like about it is that it's so prescriptive. You're like, do exactly this, have exactly this much. I really struggle when people say things. I'd worked with nutritionists that said things like, try and eat more apples, or, you know, I'm like, well, what do you mean? So for me, what worked super well was that you were like, exactly this, exactly that, have exactly that much. And the other thing that worked really well was the daily workbook, because you fill that in and then by the morning you're like, okay, make this change, slightly less of that, try this instead. It made it doable, because you were like, okay, fine. Even if I've had a day where that just felt really hard, you literally by the next morning, you'd be like, okay, try this instead. It should make it easier. And yeah, just the fact that you told me exactly what to do was the best part, because then like, I'm like, if I really understand a process and I believe in it, I'll just stick to it, because the payoff's good enough. And the fact that the infections went away so fast, that also made it much easier, because I'm getting, you know, you're getting the results that you want, and that makes you want to stick to it more. It was that really, just the fact you told me exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it, daily check-ins. And even when I did have the couple of meltdowns that I had, you were like, it's okay, do this slightly differently. Then you didn't kind of just say, well, suck it up and get on with it. You're like, hey, let's change this, it'll be all right, calm down. So yeah, that's what made it work for me.
Oh, that's good. I'm so happy because, you know, we care about our clients, you know, we don't want to be mean to you.
Well, yeah, that's it. And because I'm pretty good at sticking to something. By the second day, I was like, okay, I can do this. This is all right. And like I say, the results make it worthwhile. I mean, I was literally getting, it wasn't just UTIs I was getting. And I counted it up. Like in 9 months, I got 7 UTIs, 2 ear infections, a chest infection, and I had laryngitis twice. It was just like, this is just not sustainable. None of it was really serious, but it was so frequent that I was getting it. And whenever I took antibiotics, yes, they would clear up the infection, but they made me feel so bad. I felt so poorly when I took them. It's just like to not have that anymore. And honestly, since about day 5 onwards in the program, I haven't had so much as a headache, literally, like just nothing at all. I used to get stomach aches all the time, headaches all the time. Then I had all the infections as well. I'm super happy. And the fact that I've lost 15, 16 pounds as well, it's just a great, like, extra benefit, you know?
Cherry on top.
Yeah, exactly. I knew something was wrong because the weight was going on, and I was like, this is weird. Why is this happening? But it wasn't about losing weight. But you can't not lose weight, I guess is what I'm saying, whilst you're trying to improve your health. So it's just like, oh, that's nice as well, that my clothes fit better now. And
I'm much better than before. Everything is much better. Yeah, I can tell. All my family is happy because they see me better. I mean, I'm like probably 70%. My family is happy now when they see me.
All right. Well, thank you. You guys are fantastic and wonderful. And like Eliana said, a true blessing to people and to work for or to work with. And I didn't know what to expect. And just the fact I'm still astounded that you guys are here 7 days a week. I thank you and I wish you guys well and continue, and your patients are lucky to work with you. And thanks for being so kind. And I'm going to start crying. Just, you're so kind. You're wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your heart. I can't believe you guys exist. You guys are unicorns. I hope you know.
Oh, thank you so much. Or you're going to make me cry.
There's always been just a teeny tiny light at the end of the tunnel that I've never let go of. Something could change this and make me feel human again. You guys have just unreal.